Ooh, welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back, Chaun. Now we are in what episode now?
Episode 4.
Episode 4. Welcome to episode 4. Episode 4 is titled what?
Chaun's Eviction.
Chaun's what?
Chaun's Eviction.
Did you mean conviction?
No, Eviction. Eviction.
Eviction.
Eviction.
Where did you get put out of?
I didn't get put out of anywhere.
Well, I'm sure you're going to help us get up to speed about what you mean with an eviction.
Yeah, I'll get you guys there. But no, I was not put out of anything.
Because the last time we talked, we were saying, girl, Brittany.
Oh, jeez. Big Booty Judy.
Big Booty Judy, girl. Big Booty Judy is on her way. Girl.
Unbeknownst to me.
Girl, she's getting ready to load on the Greyhound.
Girl, how long is that trip?
I don't know, but booty about as big as the back of that bus. The lady was getting ready to get on the Greyhound. And, you know, I was excited to see her. So that's where we left off. So you mean to tell me that there was an eviction looming? So your finances weren't in order? Is that what?
No.
What?
Like I said, my situation, my finances, my situation was tight. Nothing was wrong with me.
So it ain't had nothing to do with you?
No, not really.
So,
not directly.
The last time we talked, Brittany was on her way.
Yeah. Unbeknownst to me.
Unbeknownst to you.
Yeah.
At this time, if I remember correctly, now if any of my facts are off, I welcome you to interject.
Okay.
I invited you over to the apartment.
Yes.
Because I wanted us to sit down and have a conversation. And I needed to share with you that I had been talking to somebody from said dating app, you know, and that this particular young lady was traveling from out of town to come see me. I had to break the news to you.
But it was so convenient because it wasn't like you were specifically inviting me over there for that reason. I happened to have possession of my girlfriend's car because she was out of town. So naturally, since the cat is away, hi, me, mouse. Now the mouse wants to play.
Yeah. So you thought you was coming to
you
so you thought you okay, girl. You thought you was okay.
So of course, since I now had possession of a vehicle and I could get to your place, I was like, hey, what you doing? Can I come see you? Yada yada yada.
Right.
But in your mind, you was like, perfect.
Because I had, been talking to Jaleesa. I had been having conversations with Jaleesa. So Jaleesa and I have been talking about the fact that I need to make a decision about if Brittany should still come. The days had started to tick away. We had still been talking. You and I had still been talking, but our conversations were starting to change based on where we were and the number of things. So when you reached out, you know, of course I said, yeah, come through, because I knew we needed to talk. I knew I had something that I really needed to get off my chest.
Yeah.
So you get to the house. Okay? You get to the house. We start to talk, and I'm telling you about Brittany. How do you I know this was about 20 years ago. Do you remember how you felt or how that made you feel?
To be honest, like I was a little jealous, but I wasn't upset because how could I be?
Well,
I was in a whole relationship. So I was a little salty and I was a little jealous, like where this chick come from? Like I didn't know nothing about none of this. And we're supposed to be best friends. I'm like, hey, like how do I not know that you've been talking to somebody?
Well,
but it wasn't to the point where I was like mad or angry or upset. I was just kind of jealous and kind of, you know, like, oh, okay. And then wondering to myself, like, so what does that mean for
what does that mean for you?
What does that mean for me? And what does that mean for us? Even though there is no us, like, Girl, there is no us, Chaun. Like, you know.
So I remember, if I remember correctly, I remember when you came over, it was early in the day.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like this was late at night. This was early in the day. And it was probably, I don't know, the better part of maybe like a Saturday.
I think it was a Saturday, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. It was like the better part of a Saturday. So we early in the day, early afternoon, late morning, early afternoon.
Yeah.
You come by, we having this conversation. I'm breaking the news to you about Brittany. We're unpacking.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed you grabbed your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Something started going on in that phone. What was going on with you in that phone? As we talking about Brittany.
So to this day, I cannot remember who it was that texted me, but whoever it was had my phone number. And I just remember getting the text message, and I'm paraphrasing at this point because it's been so long ago. I just remember getting the text message, and the text message was just like, just so you know, your girlfriend Ashley is out here in these streets.
Huh?
What you mean?
What?
Like, what's going on? Then, mind you, this was 20 years ago. It stated in the phone, like, media downloading or something like that, meaning that there was something else coming through with this message.
On this flip phone.
On this flip phone that I'm waiting to come through.
That's right. That's right. Uh-huh.
So then all of a sudden, after reading this message, I get this video clip. What's this video clip? So I press the sideways triangle that looks like a flag, which is the play button. So I push that, and it shows my girlfriend in a video. Now, it was not anything explicit, but it was very much so, what's the word I'm looking for?
Suggestive.
Suggestive, thank you. It was very much so
suggestive.
Because she was scantily clad and she was going into someone's room. What's going on here?
I'm sorry. Girl, the ventriloquist was in these streets, huh?
What's going on in here?
When you know it, one good turn deserves another.
Because if you remember, my hands were not clean. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, and isn't it always funny how you can do dirt, but then when the dirt is on you, you can't handle it and it's too much, and you be like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, because I had to console you that day.
I was pissed. Like, I
had to console you. The conversation between me and you regarding Brittany quickly shifted.
It quickly shifted. And did I show it to you?
You did.
I said.
You did. You did.
Look at this.
You did. And I had every opportunity to be messy. You see? I could have been messy, and I could have looked at it, and you know, it take a good friend to throw salt on an open wound or gasoline on a fire. I could have easily used that as my opportunity to just keep going and carrying the thing. Because remember, at this point, I'm starting to look at my best friend a little different. Right. And I don't know if I want a relationship or want a date or, you know, whatever. So I could have really carried that thing.
Right.
And I didn't do it.
No, you didn't. You were very supportive.
Girl, I didn't do it, girl. I just said, girl, whatever you want to do, girl, I am here for it.
And so I'm sitting there and I'm talking to Kenny. I'm trying to process this. I'm angry. I'm frustrated.
I think you was
all
crying.
Of the things. I don't think I cried.
You don't think you cried?
I don't think I cried.
Mother, you didn't cry?
I don't think I cried.
Girl, she ain't me.
So I said, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'll do you one better. Because guess whose name is on the lease? Guess who got all the furniture that was in that apartment that we was living in? Guess who was paying all them bills? Guess who was...
Wait. You was paying all the bills, Myrtle?
All the bills.
I thought you like providers and protectors. She didn't provide water, shelter, food.
I was paying all them bills. I got that furniture. My name was on that lease. So I said, you know what?
You was paying all the bills?
Yeah.
The ventriloquist didn't even put groceries in it?
I mean, she kicked in some money here and there, but that was only because of whatever she was ciphering from her family and from her grandma.
She was taking handouts?
Whatever you want to call it. So I said, you know what?
Oh, murder.
Don't even worry about it.
No wonder you was cheating.
Don't.
You wasn't being provided for. You know, a woman like to be provided for and protected.
Mm-hmm. But see, the thing is, I was the more dominant in that relationship.
Oh, that would never stand.
Which you can't fathom. You can't fathom me in a dominant role.
Listen, that throws you off. I can't. Because
I can look like this, but I'm still the dominant one.
For who?
Not for you. Okay, so
I guess.
So I said, don't worry about it. Mm-hmm. Don't even worry about it. I tried to ask the person, who is this? They ain't say nothing. Oh, so you just gonna drop this in my phone and just keep it moving and don't say nothing back? Okay, don't worry about it.
So you never found out who it came from?
Who it was.
So it was like a random anonymous number.
It was a random number that texted my phone and gave me this information. I don't know who it was. I don't know how they got my phone number. I don't know any. Whoever it was headed out for her.
Yeah. So whoever she was dealing with, it was probably their person.
Could have been. Whoever it was headed out for her. So I said, you know what? Don't even worry about it.
She played too much, girl.
So she was out of town with her mom and her family. I picked my phone back up. I opened up a draft message. And I said, don't even worry about coming back. It's over. Don't come back to my house. Mm. And you can find all of your stuff at your aunt's house.
So then, Chaun, you sent the message. And I said, wait. I said, you being too emotional. I said, you being too emotional. You moving too fast. You broke up with the girl. You told her it's over. She out of town. You told her you packing up everything and you putting her out and you dropping it off at the auntie house. I said, what? Mm-hmm. Huh?
Mm-hmm. I sure did.
Huh?
So I said, Myrtle, I need you to do me a favor.
I said, girl, what?
I need you to ride with me.
Huh?
Over to Peoria. And then I need you to follow me because once I drop this car off, I'm done. I ain't got no vehicle.
I gotta get on the bus. Look, I got the house, but I gotta get on the bus.
Okay? I got the apartment, I got the job, I got the furniture, I got the income, but I ain't got no car.
I ain't got no car. She had the car.
So, that's what she brought.
She brought the car. She brought the car.
So I need you to ride over here with me because once I drop this off, I no longer have a mode of transportation.
I got you, Mark.
This is how you know you got a rider, right? She said,
child,
say less. Let me grab my keys and stuff.
I said, now I'm an accomplice. I said, now wait a minute, hold on, let's talk through it now. Can you put the lady out? I said, don't they have like landlord laws?
That's if someone's paying you rent. Don't they
have like eviction clause in Illinois where you got to give people notice. You can't just set them on the curb. You can't just, don't they have like, don't you have to get her like a 30-day notice or something to say have your mail forwarded to your auntie house or something? No,
I don't care. So
oh my God.
we rides over. Now you see how dirty I am. I got candy in the girl's car. Anyway,
was I in the car? No, yes. I wasn't. Because I drove my car.
Did you drive your car over there?
Yeah, because I had to follow you.
Oh, I was putting miles on your car and gas out your tank. So,
I had to follow you, girl. I ain't getting that lady little clown car, girl. I ain't need to get in that lady little clown car, girl.
So we rides over to Peoria.
I had my little Chrysler Sebring, girl. I ain't have to get in that lady little clown car.
So we rides over, and I put all of her belongings inside of her vehicle.
Girl, she was only 12. She wasn't but 12, girl. Chaun put some basketball shorts in the bag, some flip-flops. Shoes, she played basketball. So she had a basketball, girl.
All of that stuff.
A do-rag.
Was it?
The stud costume.
All of her things. I checked drawers, closets, bathrooms, sinks, everything. Everything was in this vehicle. I said, okay, I'm good. Let's ride out. Locked up the apartment. I contacted her auntie. I said, I'm getting ready to drop Ashley's car off at your house. Her auntie said, what?
The ventriloquist? That's what her auntie said.
She said,
in my mind.
She said, what? I said, don't even worry about it. I'm coming to drop her car off and give you her keys. I showed up at her aunt's house. I rang that doorbell. I said, hey, auntie, ... I'll keep her name out of it. I said, here go her stuff. Her stuff is in the car. It's in your driveway. Here go her keys. She said, oh, okay. Love you. Love you too. Goodbye.
Now wait a minute, Myrtle. Do you have any regrets from that moment on?
None.
Because you made a very hasty decision.
I did.
You made a very immediate decision.
I did.
Did you think it out?
Nope. Because this is the thing.
Ooh.
Yes, I did my dirt. Don't be throwing stuff. Okay. Don't be throwing no apples or tomatoes.
We'll think about what you're gonna do.
I did what I did, but I didn't bring nothing to her doorstep. You know what I mean? Like, I was discreet with mine.
So you just didn't get caught. Is that what we had?
I mean, whatever. But it's the fact that you got me out here looking silly. You're not gonna have me looking silly.
Well, didn't you have her looking silly? I'm just asking for a friend.
But she was only silly with who I was dealing with. She wasn't silly with the public.
But
you brought reproach upon me.
but didn't you do that too? Because you know, she didn't know that you had messed with me that time.
And she still don't know.
Well, somebody tagged,
Well,
look up ventriloquist. Look up itty bitty woman. Itty bitty woman. She might come up. I don't know.
But anyway, to this day she don't know. But anyway, she don't know about what I was doing before with them. Well, you don't either. But anyway,
so that's what I'm saying. In fairness, weren't you? So you got mad at her for doing the very thing that you had done.
Yeah, but I wasn't messing. Anywho, so yeah, but I have no regrets. None.
Okay, so we I'm speaking a little French.
Mm-hmm.
We packed up the ladies' stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now you
did help carry me a bag or two.
Girl, I helped carry a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
It's hot. It's hate. Girl, I had a good perm back then. I had a good relaxer. Girl, my edges is curling up and things. You understand what I'm saying? We going in and out the apartment. I remember you bagging her. Is it backing or bagging? Bagging. I remember you.
Is that the little stretch that went up to the
girl.
door?
Mm-hmm. I remember you bagging her little clown car into that little landing strip where you could load everything.
Yep.
And you stayed on the second floor.
Yep.
So I remember as you came out, I went in. And you was bagging stuff up, putting it in grocery bags, girl. Girl, you was bagging it up, putting it in grocery bags. And you was like, just load it up. Mm-hmm. And so we loaded it up. And I remember watching you pull off because I had to follow behind you. Yeah. Even back to the expressway, I remember watching you pull up. And I was like, oh my God. The car is filled to the sunroof with grocery bags. And I just remember in my mind being like, girl, as I'm, because now there's like a 45-minute drive.
Yeah.
So I had time to have conversations with myself. You understand what I'm saying? So as I'm following you to the auntie house, because the auntie didn't stay far from me. Mm-hmm. So I'm following you back to the auntie house, and in my mind, I'm like, what a tragedy. Because in my mind, I was like, girl, she acting so emotionally. She's so emotionally unbalanced right now. And once this lady come back and smooth talk her and sweet talk her and give her that backpack, that backpack loving, this studs give, it's an inside game. Once she gives Chaun that backpack loving, then girl, they're gonna be back lovey-dovey. They're gonna be planning their next anniversary party or something, girl. So in my mind, I just kept saying, girl, you just sat up here and did all that work. Girl, you just wasted your Saturday afternoon to go on this lesbian roller coaster with these two fools. So in my mind, I was like, well, Candy, how long do you think this said breakup was going to last between these people? Mm-hmm. And I think I came down to like 3 days. Mm-hmm. By the time we got to her aunt's house, I think I had reconciled with, like, I'm hedging my bet on 3 days. Mm-hmm. Then what?
So then, after I gave all of her worldly possessions over to her aunt, I got into Candy's car because I no longer had a vehicle.
Well, that's right, you did.
I got into Candy's car, and she was like, you want to go home, or like, what you want to do? I said, nope. I would like to go back to your house.
Because if I remember correctly, If I remember correctly, in the midst of you packing everything up for her, you packed you a bag for you.
Mm-hmm. And remember, she was blowing my phone to smithereens.
Yeah, she wouldn't let that phone go.
I was like, you ain't got to call me nor text me. Stop calling me and stop texting me.
Yeah. Yeah, she called every bit of like literally
crying and snotting and carrying on, and no.
She called about 50 or 60 times.
Get off my phone.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you packed you an overnight bag to stay with me. Mm-hmm. And because we were still friends. We were still trying to figure things out, and I had just told you before all of this stuff transpired
that somebody was coming.
That Brittany was coming. Well, all right. Well, we done dropped everything off at the auntie house. Mm-hmm. Chaun gets in my car. Brittany is steadily texting me. I'm texting her back. And I get the confirmation screenshot that Brittany is coming tomorrow. Chaun and I are headed back to the house, and we talking. It was in that conversation. Nothing happened that night between Chaun and me.
Oh, no. I was too busy being mad.
But it was in that conversation that I realized, I'm single. Mm-hmm. Now Chaun is single. But Brittany will be here tomorrow. We're going to leave you with that.